Hi everyone, I am Moblin. I'm friends with Chunk. I'm the DM. Yes, yes, yes. I'm Sako. Yes, Sako. That's nice. Okay, all right. Let me begin. I'm Moblin, and welcome to Moblin Talks. Yes. Oh, and I'm here to discuss the World of Ozion for you guys, the audience, so you can get a better understanding of the world. Assuming you're watching Chunk's DMing game, the Heart of Ozion. Yeah. So, about 1,000 years ago or so, this world used to be Earth. Not just Earth, but normal Earth. Hmm. Anyways, there was a great event, a cataclysm, that changed the world forever. And then there was like a few more world changing events, and now we have the World of Ozion. And now, it's pretty crazy out there. Anyways, I like to help discuss, you know, what's going on in the world for you. Because I'm Moblin. I'm a mini goblin, and I wanted to. So, computer guy, zoom in onto the Viscar Kingdom. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. This is the Viscar Kingdom. See? It's like this whole land of place. Boop, 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 boop. It goes all the way around. Boop. Pretty big, I know. And this is where our campaign is takes place. Mostly in the city of Rourke, which is right here. Woo! So the thing you need to know is it's one of those places with a king. King Nadar Brooks. And he was a pretty just king. He helped pretty much, people liked him. Except spoilers, if you haven't watched The Heart of Ozion, he was killed. Bum, bum, bum. And is currently, the advisor Zunaguk has taken control. But let's just say he is not the best candidate for the job. Anywho, hopefully our heroes in that story can make things better. Anyways, we're not just here to talk about the city of Rourke. That's right. Rourke is pretty heavily populated because there's a lot of races and species and people all living there. You know, city life, am I right? But there's plenty of towns and villages, and the city of Rourke is right next to the Sukon Mountains, which is this mountain line. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a mountain. And, then you got the Goose River, which is a river that flows all the way into here. And uh, there's a little bit of a marshlands that take place around. And then there's some forest. And then there's like more of a jungle. And then there's a forest. And then you got the city of Aramok. which has some councils leading it, but they usually follow the instructions of the king of City of Rourke, which is the capital. And that's the Viscard Kingdom. Shall we move on, friends? This is the Mongorn Kingdom. It's made up of several tribes that form a union. Leading the union is Jupiter Fuzz, a frost giant with a noble heart, strong as a giant should be, and has a very commanding voice. It's said he managed to unite the different tribes in the region with his voice. I bet he's a good singer. Snow areas are mostly cold, but houses a lot of animals which fur can be gathered. Thus they lead in leather armor and arrows and unique clothing. And then below is the farmlands and areas where they grow different types of farm related items. So like the first part is it's very snowy, but that's where the capital is, and you got a lot of snow related things. And in it they have the city of Meldilon. Oh, there's a cat on me. No, kitty. You're just as big as me. And then so this is the farmlands all in this little bit. And then this is all marsh mixed with jungle left over from the Norn jungle. And then you got the blighted forest, which is like a lot of dead wood and it's spooky. Shall we move on? Thank you. Let's talk about the Handman Kingdom. It is one of the biggest areas around because they control all of this. But because of the nature of the lands, they're not as populated with cities and stuff. But if you'd like to know more about them, they have 3 mystics are said to rule over this nation, but their identities are a secret. They're simply known as the Mythic Three, Uno, Dos, and Tres. They rule from the shadows, commanding the Apostle Zillion to guide the people. These special lands house buried secrets all over, but are known for having the biggest trades around the world. The city of Canvas is the capital, and that's where most of the trades go. But it's all sand dunes here in the sand mixed area. So only certain areas have people living in it. But yeah, and this is where Zillion, who is the current ruler, but everyone knows the 3 mythics are really in control. And then there's pretty much forest and grasslands over here. And you got the city of Brothendell, which is next to this mountain range, which, is there. And the city of Azarnio, which is here, all gathered up in this forest area. My guess, each of the mythics control each portion of the land. But what do I know? And of course you got the Zatio Plains, which are just plains with some dead wood. Na 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 na. And of course the Palaki River and the Stud River, which are just rivers that go through. Yes. Anyways, shall we continue? This is the Rizuni Kingdom, led by a tech guru, Gonan the Bound, a dwarven king. He managed to take over the kingdom several years ago and has transformed it into a dictatorship, but has specialized in technology and leads beyond others, but hasn't opened its borders to share its technology. And the city of Orfel is its capital. And they they have a lot of sand area around to protect it with some deadwoods and dunes and hills and stuff. But they specialize in technology, which keeps their place a secret. And then, of course, they definitely have the areas around to keep their place secure and safe, surrounded by mountains. And then they have the Yew Forest, which is here, but it's said to be a bit spooky. And of course, there's the city of Marloon, which is surrounded by swamplands all over. And of course, the Glute Islands, which they only have half of. And then above is the Frost Snowpath, which is an icy place said to not even house any living known species. So usually, if you're smart, you just stay out of it. Hmm. Now, let's take a look at Cargoon Kingdom. Also has a monarch, Silver Cargoon, an older king but has a similar kingdom to Viscar, just not as big and always is in fights with the Rosini Kingdom and what is beyond the Frost Snowpath. With the city of Balatax, said to have stationary things along the guard post along along the mountains to keep out anything from the Frost Snowpath, which is a little bit suspicious. But they're always in a constant fight with the Rosini Kingdom because of how close they are. They can't seem to just be friends. So, but the Kentak River uh is the border. And then you got the Colio Mountains, which are pretty cool because they're Colio. And of course, they have the other half of the Glute Islands, which is where it's said that they fight. The fight started because, well, I don't know. I'm just a mini goblin. And then, of course, they have the city of Rondesta, which is surrounded by the Kelmet Plains. And it's said that the city is completely walled off, and they try to not allow any outside people in. So, let's take a look at the last portion. Boop, 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 boop. This is Yama Kingdom, led by a council of 5. Chi Moonlight, Fran Kojak, Blithy, Taisho, and Delta Powers. Each have several strongholds among the Yamanon Islands and use the Wanderers Guild to keep the islands in check. In the Nakami Ocean. The whole thing's an ocean. Can you believe that? That's like a lot of water. But the main capital of the kingdom is the Yama Kingdom, which is right here. Which makes sense. because it's one of the bigger islands, and they control all these little islands all over. Look at all that. That's a lot. And each island is pretty big. I'm sure we'll see a pirate story at some point about them. And you're probably wondering, this is the city of Zim, which is also in the Yama Kingdom. It's just a city that is well known. They help do trades with the other countries. And it's all in the Nakami Ocean. And then it's right next to the Ru Ocean, which is like this half of the stuff. And of course, in the middle, you have the Oto Ocean, which is pretty much this bit in the middle. And in the middle is the Vortex Alpha, which is just a ongoing vortex that leads up. It's not safe. I don't recommend going to. And then, of course, you have the mythic Soul Island. I don't really know much about it other than no one lives there. Supposedly. I don't know. Anyways, that's the world of Ozion. And this has been Moblin Talks. I'll sure to bring you more information once I feel like it. But until then, please enjoy watching what is it called? Oh, yes. Please continue to watch Mini Goblins Roll, Heart of Ozion campaign. And this is a special, Moblin Talks. So I'll try to give you guys more information about stuff that takes place in this world to keep you guys up to date. Probably more in-depth talks about it. Well, that's all for now.